So here we are yet again with another Stupidity in the Gamosphere. I was having a bit of an issue with my uploading this video, so had to re-record it, and some other things. But basically, we're going to be talking about Square Enix's delightful port of Chrono Trigger. If you can't tell, I'm being facetious. So without much ado, let's get into it, and why it's such a bad port after the cut. So before I get into it, I'm just going to say this right now. Chrono Trigger is arguably one of the best RPGs ever created. I mean, it's really, really good. Astonishingly good for what it is. It's well paced, well delivered, well built. It's just one of those really good RPGs. It's just insane. Now, it's got well-made characters, well-made story, well fleshed out plot, great graphics. It's just one of those perfect RPGs. Now, you might ask yourself, how could it be messed up? Well, Square Enix went the normal lazy route, basically. They did a shoddy-ass port of the Chrono Trigger game on PC. I don't know why they did that, but it's Square Enix, so they do what they want to do. Am I happy about that? No. I'm not happy about them doing it. But it's Square Enix, that's what they do. So, you might ask yourself, what does this mean for me as a gamer? Well, like I said, Chrono Trigger is one of my favorite RPGs ever. It's widely regarded as being one of the best RPGs ever. I mean, you look on various lists of the best JRPGs of all time. Normally, Chrono Trigger will either be number one or damn near close to the top. Repeatedly, year over year, every year. And that's just how it is. Now, are people entitled to their opinion? Of course they are. I'm just telling you, how I feel about Chrono Trigger as a game. So that being said, Square Enix fucked up yet again, because that's what Square Enix does. They find a way, to fuck things up that really shouldn't be able to be fucked up, but it's Square Enix. So basically, they released the mobile version of Chrono Trigger on PC, which on a technical level is probably an easy port to do. The problem is that most of the people who played Chrono Trigger played it in its original console-style form. Even the DS version is very console-esque. It's not like a mobile game. So they fucked that up yet again. And then the director's like, well, what do you want? You want it to be like it looked on the 16-bit era? Yes! You dumbass! Which shows how little these people know about the game that they're porting. But that's neither here nor there. They fucked up something that was simple and should have been unfuckable. That's not a word, but basically, that should have been something that could not be messed up, and yet they did, because it's Square Enix. So with that being said, we'll get to why this is a problem after the cut. So the reason that this shoddy ass port is a problem is pretty damn simple. Chrono Trigger, as I said earlier, is one of the best RPGs ever made. I mean, it is really, really good. And, you know, they fucked that up because it's Square Enix. That's what they do. Simple things that shouldn't be fucked up are fucked up. The reason this is a problem is because, essentially speaking, Chrono Trigger, as I said, one of the best RPGs ever made. A lot of people who have never played the game have heard people say, this is one of the best RPGs ever made. And, you know, some people, you know, I've heard quite a few people say, man, I'll get it if it comes on PC. And you've basically given people an inferior product. I mean, it's basically like me saying, hey man, you need to go to this restaurant. The food here is really, 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 really good. You need to go here. And you go there. I've hyped it up. Multiple people hyped it up. And you spend the rest of the night shitting on yourself because you got food poisoning and the food wasn't very good. That's basically what Square Enix has done. You know, they give you an inferior product. And I'm using a little bit of hyperbole there because the game's not that bad, even despite them putting the mobile version on PC with no option to use the original graphics set. With no option to put it in a more console-friendly style of gameplay, and still including some fucking touch controls to it. There's a problem, and they won't acknowledge that there's a problem with the port, which tells you something. I don't know what's going on at Square Enix, but man, they need to get their house in order. You know, I don't trust these people to wipe their ass with toilet paper, much less make games that I want to play again. The only part of Square Enix that's still making games that I kind of give a shit about is the Dragon Quest people. But, you know, even Dragon Quest hasn't been that good lately. Dragon Quest X is not that good. So, that being said, we'll go over how to fix this after the cut. So, here's how they can fix this. Pretty simple. Maybe add a patch that gives you the option to go with more traditional style of Chrono Trigger, like more console style. You know, like, because essentially this is a ROM, okay? It's essentially a ROM, a highly specialized ROM, but a ROM nonetheless. So I don't think it would be that difficult for them to just, you know, add a ROM ability that essentially lets you, you know, customize the graphics, because a lot of games let you do that. A lot of, you know, if you can do that on the NES and SNES Classic, then there's nothing preventing it from going down, you know, on other things. So, you know, that's bullshit. And for $15, this is one of the like Chrono Trigger is one of the most iconic RPGs of all time, and it deserves better than this. So, you know, that's my 5 cents on that. So with that being said, we'll go over upcoming events after the cut. So basically, this Saturday, today, because I had to re-upload this video because it wouldn't load. Thanks a lot, YouTube. Or maybe it was my my external hard drive was not working. I don't know. But anyway, essentially speaking, YouTube, this Saturday we have the the Sci-Fi Power Hour-ish, where we will be talking about the box office juggernaut that is Black Panther, and how essentially it's been kicking everything's ass. We will also talk about Marvel's relaunch of some of their iconic characters. The Hulk returns, Thor returns, and who else can return? Shit. We will also talk about some upcoming sci-fi movies that we're looking forward to, you know, stuff like that. That being said, all of this is to lead up to BS Busters, which is coming at the end of this week, Sunday, March 4th, I believe. Yeah, March 4th. And that's going to be a fun one. So, look forward to that, and this BS Buster is going to be a fun one because we're going to be talking about various games that would, various hybrid games that we would like to see, and how we do it. So look forward to that. Plus the video game news of the week. There's some really good stuff. And unfortunately, we're going to have to go political with the whole violent video games thing yet again. I mean, I didn't think we'd have to do this because you'd have to be a fucking moron to think that violent video games encourage violent behavior, but a lot of stupid ass people in this world. Or people who just want to use it as a scapegoat instead of dealing with real issues. So with that being said, that's the end of this video, and give me your comment, like, subscribe, ring the bell in order to be aware of when new shit comes out, and that's the end of the video. Peace.